Welcome to the workspace of the SQL Query Generator. It's a tool to generate SQL queries. On the left side of the workspace, you see the toolbox which holds the blocks. On the right side, there's a trash can where you can delete these blocks. With the help of the buttons Show Text and Write SQL Statement, you can transform your statements into block representation or the block representation into a statement. The Load button loads examples into the workspace. Now let's start with a statement called Last Customer Order. It's a statement to select the last order of a customer. At first, we need a select block, which is in the tab Commands. The next step is to select the columns for the statement. The table blocks are in the tab Tables. There are two different types of blocks. The one that looks like the end of a piece of a puzzle is used for the where clause of the select statement. Now we need the other block. This sort of table block is green when you drop it into the workspace. The green color symbolizes that all the columns of a table are chosen. The star in the right drop-down symbolizes this too. The first table we need is customers. For us, it's the default table. The rows we will choose are the customer's number and last name. At first we choose the number. The block changes its color to purple and symbolizes a numeric value. After applying it into the select block, the command block gets a purple to green color gradient. The color gradient divides the select block into its select and close part. So now back to the tables. The next column we want to select is the last name. There are two ways to get a new table block. You can drag it from the toolbox or duplicate it. We duplicate it by right-clicking on the block. After that, we change the column to customer's last name. The last column we want to select is the order date. It's part of the table orders. So we are duplicating the table block and change the table and column. After this, the block is pink and symbolizes a date. After applying the last table, the select block has a green color gradient. It's symbolizing now a list of columns. If you want to learn more about a block, you can open the help. Simply click right on the block and choose help. In the help section, you will learn more about the block, its function, if it can change the form, and if it can change, what will change. You also will learn about the meaning of the colors of the block. Now we close the help. Let's start with the where clause of the select command. At first we need an AND block. It's in the tab Operators. We connect it to the select block. After this we want to compare column values. For our statement we need a compare block. It's also in the tab Operators. The special thing about the compare operator block is that if you change the compare operation, it may change its form. Function blocks can do this too. For now, we need a compare operation. For the next step, we need the table, which looks like a puzzle. We drag it from the table tab to the compare operator. In this step, we want to compare the customer's number with the customer's number of an order. So the default value of a table is customers, and customer's number is the default for the column. So no change here. We duplicate the block now to get the order's customer number. After linking this table to the compare block, you may have noticed the color gradient. The left side symbolizes the result true or false of this compare operation. The right side symbolizes the type which you can compare. For the next clause, we duplicate our first compare expression and delete the second part of it. We want to limit the order date. After deleting the block, we change the first table block to order date and the compare operation to greater than. The second value will be a date value, which is in the tab Values. We drag it to the compare block and plug it in. We now change the date with a click in the date field. After this, a calendar appears where we first choose the year, then the month, and then the day. The date now has changed. At the end, we want to sort our query after the order date. For this, we need to change the form of the block. With a click on the star icon, you can change a block's form. The select block and the AND block has this icon. When you click on the icon, a new workspace appears. In this workspace are various sorting clauses. We choose order by and drag it to the AND block. The select block now has a new input and a drop-down field. The drop-down field holds the sorting order. You can choose between ascendant and descendant. We now choose ascendant. For the next step, we need a new table block and plug this block in. As you see, a warning icon appears. That's because the column which is selected doesn't appear in the select. We change the values of the table block to order date. Our statement is now ready and we can display it as a text. We click on the button Show Text and the statement appears. The text of our statement could be copied and, for example, can be inserted into a database, or as we now do in the workspace. We copy the statement, close the window and delete the statement in the trash can. Then we click on the button Write SQL Statement. A text area appears where we insert our SQL statement and click OK. The statement appears on the workspace.